Transforming local government is a priority, I think, for two reasons. First of all, in an age of austerity, we've got to deliver public services for less money. Secondly, our citizens are demanding improved services, even in such an environment. So we have to do better for less, and if that isn't transformation, I don't know what is.
Nowadays, when we talk about technology in cities, it's not only a question of administrations, but also of companies and many other organizations and people that want to be protagonists of this new world of smart cities.
You can decide if you are sitting on the locomotive as IT director of a city, or you are on the last wagon and you look what others are doing. And we decided for ourselves and our company to sit on a locomotive.
Welcome to Ljubljana. Welcome to Slovenia.
I think Venice is a modern city, and I like to have a smart city with a solution for a high quality of life.
I've always been looking for the associations for cities. I do a lot of domestic U.S. work with associations, government associations, and IT associations. And I'm always in search of that perfect mix of the policy and the IT directions.
I was invited to the conference to talk about the shared services work that I've been doing across London, and also the channel shift successes that we've had. But I was intrigued to come and see what other authorities across Europe had done and to learn from those others.
In gaining a better understanding of the citizen needs and business activities. It supports city governments in getting a direct feedback from all political stakeholders through multi-channel social network analysis based on the communication between politicians and citizens.
All the actions that make the government more open and transparent are a priority for the current Slovenian government. And we think that open data is an important tool for guaranteeing more transparency and participative democracy.
The growth of knowledge industries around the world, and you can see some European data on the chart here, shows that as tertiary education and access to data increases, so does economic prosperity and the GDP as a direct relationship of an increase in education.
In the conference has been covered a very interesting topic in which we are in the process of taking decisions. So I think what have been discussed will be interesting in order to take the good decisions.
ICT for us is a fundamental tool, and it's a fundamental support, and it's a fundamental strategy to move to better decision making. We would like to use ICT as a way of helping us to help cities to improve decision making. And this goes throughout the process. ICT is a wonderful instrument for support. We would like to use it now for performance, for results. And throughout this process, we believe ICT in this Prosperity Index can help us to do several things.
The Smart and Connected Communities initiative was a market adjacency from Cisco almost 6 years ago, and we are basically addressing the city's social aspirations, economical and ecological aspirations with our different types of solutions we have under the S+EC initiative. Hence, of course, this is the platform for Cisco to be part of, and we are very much interested to basically continue our support in this conference.
Poi biće šopa pod okrije stav, ljubav me ne htjela odgovor dati. Čakaj ti, ljubica, ti bo se jokala, jaz bom se s tebe smejal.
Dober večer in dobrodošli na Ljubljanskem gradu, dobrodošli v Ljubljani, dobrodošli v najlepše mesto na svetu.
Sine je zibala, britko se jokala, da bi si zmislil na njo.
But we have very successful business collaborating with mayors and city leaders on how to improve their administrations through technology innovation. And we're delighted then to be showcasing here some of those examples.
Porta fortuna.
I'm very lucky to have a mayor who cares a great deal about all kinds of data. So our analytics group often is able to provide him with analysis drawn from big data, which he then uses to make policy and operational decisions.
GIS is a technology program that helps people understand all the information about that place. It might be energy, it might be healthcare, it might be environment, all the things that matter at that place, and then how it affects something else. So GIS as a technology helps put all that together as data that becomes information and that we can analyze, predict what might come out of something in the future, and then make decisions. So it's important to the individual citizen to know what's going on in their city, and it's also important to the elected or administrative officials so that they know how to better deliver the services. GIS is a very powerful tool to help put things in context and help us understand the entire project as well as down to the individual citizen.
We are now connected in the world, all the PCs, tablets and smartphones, but in reality we connected just 1% of everything that should be connected or that will be connected in the future. So it's still a lot of work to do, and our mission is to connect the unconnected things, and I think that to build the platform how to reach all the sensors in the city is a crucial one as a first step.
ICT is helping the movement from classical government to e-government and now to smart government. ICT helps everybody to have good platform to give services to everybody.
Working to strengthen the collaboration between cities, companies and the world of academia is part of our day-to-day work. We call this effort the City Protocol, and for us coming to this conference is a part of this road that we have started with many partners all around the world.
Major cities of Europe and the Public Technology Institute have a very strong relationship, and it's one of trust, and it's one of sharing, and it's one of networking and sharing of best practices. In a global economy, you are no longer an island. Expertise can be found anywhere, and I have seen amazing best practices here in some of the major cities of Europe. I can share best practices with the United States, and we can learn from each other.
I get to come back to our Applied Research Center and say, this is what I heard cities are dealing with. And it's not only the CIO, but it's mayors and it's councilmen. And they're all trying to attack the same problem together.
We can develop a strategic partnership. We can understand what others are doing. We can present to the audience and to the participants what we are doing. And we can develop synergy and complementarity. And this synergy and complementarity will be extremely useful for the work that we are doing and for all the cities that we are helping across the world.
We're supporting the major cities of Europe because it's a good platform, a good conference for people to exchange good ideas. What works for you, what works for me. Every city is different, but many cities have the same problems that they have to deal with. So we are supporting major cities of Europe because it's a representation of where they're getting it right. The organization helps the cities improve what they're doing, both as individual cities as well as all of Europe.
The experiences that you can get in discussion with other people. This is the most important thing. I know in each city I know someone responsibility for the IT, and if I have ever a problem between the conferences, I can ask him and I can discuss and can find new ways for my own problems in my city.
What I like about the structure of this conference is that it starts out with very visionary, but quickly gets down to how things are completed. Cities can really take away some ideas on how to implement the mega budget.
Most importantly, the program has been totally on target. The speakers have been wonderful. The program has kept a really good pace and has kept most of us engaged in a very active way.
But these 2 days, I can tell you, Israel is like reading several books. It's like meeting people that normally it is very difficult to interact with. It's a possibility to know in 30 minutes, 15 minutes presentation how wonderful things others are doing and how this can inspire me, how we can develop innovation through this process, and how we can work together in the future, which is a very important challenge.
The conference has been a very good experience. It's a small audience, it's an intimate audience, but it's the right audience. Lots of decision makers, lots of policy discussion, a good breadth of the IT market and representation of city government.
So the value is very simple. It's about sharing of best practices. It is about information gathering. It is about to see what other cities are doing. And it's about to bring other cities on stage to let them share how they have evolved to become a smart city.
Because it brings together really the practitioners who are trying to implement progress and get new outcomes for city administrations through the use of technology. So this is really a practitioner forum. We go from strategy right down to tactics and implementation, and it's great to be down with the people that are really involved in service delivery.
can see all the opportunities, all the things that we can do in the future together. It's an open eye, but it's also a good possibility to see how different disciplines, different technologies, different ways of working can be put all together in order to improve the performance of cities.
I think the important thing for a conference like this is it allows you to take home a few ideas, a few things that you can redeploy locally and make improvements through, but also it's time out to think and to process things in a different environment away from the office that's also very valuable.
Proud that the Major Cities of Europe organization has chosen the city Zurich for the next location next year.